Potato gnocchi. So I've made this multiple times in the past, and I've always had like a hard time keeping it together. It was so annoying, extremely tedious, to where I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it from now on. So rather than the basic Italian sauce that usually goes with potato gnocchi, I am going to be doing a Japanese curry, which is like one of my favorite curries. Like I love this more than a lot of curries. And I'm doing chicken, so Japanese curry chicken over some potato gnocchi. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fire, because like who doesn't like chicken and potatoes? Keeping our seasonings. All right, chicken. We're gonna use a few seasonings. Of course, your basic, a little bit of pepper. Oh, that's a lot of pepper. Then we're gonna go some salt. Alright, then we're gonna go with some mushroom seasoning. Add a little bit of umami. I got a little bit, there we go. Alright, then some paprika. And one of my favorite seasonings, it's not too strong in flavor, but it's really good. It is za'atar restaurants. We made za'atar oil that was really fire. We'll make it in. We put it in sauces. We do a bunch of things. So get this stuff. Going real light. Some garlic, a little bit of onion powder, of course. But the Japanese curry has a lot of flavor, so I don't want to overwhelm it too much. A lot of different seasonings. Make sure you season the backside as well. Oops. Alright. So let me season the backside. I got a paper towel under here just because I need this really dry. Get a nice crust on there. The less moisture, the better crust. Same seasonings. And I know I'm touching my seasonings with chicken juices, but before I put it back in the cabinet, I will wipe these down. Alright, some paprika. A little bit of za'atar. This seasoning just smells really good. Oops. Some black pepper, some salt. Alright, perfect. Alright, now let's go ahead and get these in the pan. They are seasoned up to perfection. Drizzle oil. Nice coat of oil on there. Looks like a little too much oil. Let's pour some of that out. Oops. Alright. Perfect. It's pretty freaking hot already. Going in with our chicken. Alright, and this is how you can tell if your chicken is moving. And I haven't even touched it, which means it's released. It should have a great crust if it just releases like that. So flip it, flip them. During this process, usually, you're going to cook your proteins like a steak. So drop in your herbs, your butter, and just baste it just like a steak. And you have some really good chicken. Of course, this isn't really chicken breast, so they're already juicy. You don't have to go through that extreme. Plus, I'm cooking this with the Japanese curry. I'm going to chop all this up, throw it in the Japanese curry sauce, and put all this together on top of the gnocchi. So let's go ahead and start on the gnocchi. The potato gnocchi. Gnocchi. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please correct me in the comments. Gnocchi. Let me go ahead and get a pot of water boiling. I'm going to put this on the back burner on a low heat. Really low heat. Because it's going to finish in the sauce. Get a pot. Let's go ahead and do about a serving of gnocchi. Move. Gnocchi floating to the top, which means it's ready. Woo! It's hot. Turn off the heat. Also, too, I didn't show, but salt your water. All right, yeah, I think that's all of them. So let's cut the chicken up, and then we're gonna toss all the water and the sauce all together in this pot. Don't be like me and be a dumbass and grab with your hand. Always use a towel. I burnt myself so many times in the kitchen because I've been on some. All right, I still have some parsley. Left. Let's go ahead and use some of this for some garnish. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a couple of sprigs. It's almost wilted, so the best thing to do when parsley or any herbs is about to die, you can also keep them in a wet or damp towel. Let them last a little longer. When they're about to die, you can turn them into a oil or a herb butter, or you can dry them out, turn them into some dried out seasoning. For this, I might take some herbs and some other seasonings and probably emulsify it into a sauce. So that's one way to make use of ingredients that are about to die. Alright, no stems. Or try not to get no stems. Reason why you don't want to use stems, they're bitter. It's not really noticeable, or for my palate, it's not noticeable. But let's try to get no stems. Cool. And my freaking board is spinny. Let's put a towel underneath. Perfect. All right. When chopping up herbs, you don't want to go like this. When you do this, it's gonna cut, yeah, cool, but you put a lot of the chloroform into the actual board, and your whole board will end up looking green, and that's a lot of the nutrients and flavor. So you don't want to do that. When cutting, first off, you're going to ball them all up as much as best you can, and this is a little, and you slice to get some nice little tears like that, versus like damaging the herbs itself because they are delicate. And the reason I found out about this is because I was prepping some cilantro for a goop oil, which is a bunch of herbs like tarragon, chives, parsley, cilantro, almost every herb we had in the freaking restaurant. And we emulsified it with oil and topped it on a tuna niçoise, which is like an open face freaking bread dish, whatever. And I was over here like going like this, and the executive chef walked by and was like, "What in the hell did those herbs do to you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "You don't freaking cut them like that. You slice." You see, and then he literally showed me an example of doing like this and showed how all the nutrients and flavor was on the board. And then it got like, you had wilted and shitty herbs. So, learn from those mistakes. Alright, got some finely chopped parsley. smells really herby. So let's go ahead and put this over to the side. Throw my herbs stems away. And also too, if you have a bench scraper, I use the back of my knife because I don't feel like using my bench scraper. But if you have a bench scraper, it's way more easier just to do like this. Push everything over, grab them. Those bench scrapers are like cheat codes. Alright, time for the chicken. So we're just gonna do like a nice rough chop. I think these are done. If they're not done, they're almost done. They'll probably finish in the sauce, but I didn't cook them that long. Just literally seared them on one side and put it on low heat on the other and let it rock out for about 10 minutes or some shit like that. I don't know. Oh, they actually are done. Cool. So we're gonna do like some bite-sized pieces. Just a rough chop. And we can throw them back in the pan with this oil. My knife isn't that sharp. I haven't used these knives for real since I was in the kitchen working at a restaurant. And I don't work at a restaurant anymore because they don't want to pay nobody. And they get mad every time you take PTO. Like, oh, you cannot take PTO on that busy Saturday. What is it for then? Like, just pay me out. Plus the hours aren't so great. And I like spending time with my family. So I had to get out of the industry, even though I miss it. But one day I'm going to open up my own spot. Alright. Cool. Last chicken thigh. Why are we talking about chicken? Washing chicken, don't wash your chicken. I've seen chefs do both. It's really preference and cultural. Me personally, I wash my chicken. And I know people say, oh, it spreads germs, it spreads bacteria, it spreads salmonella. Oh, it spreads all this. That's fine. I need to clean the kitchen anyway. So, it gives me more reason to clean the whole freaking kitchen and do a good job, since if not, I have the potential to develop salmonella in the kitchen or any other bacteria. So that's why I clean my chicken. But you know what I have seen in the restaurants? They definitely wash wings. Almost every restaurant I've been to, they drain those wings and they put water on top of them. I don't know why specifically wings, because any other cut of the chicken, they a lot of chefs don't wash. So, just FYI. Alright, let's go ahead and let this cook down a bit. We have our curry cube, Japanese curry cube, which is really good. And I'm gonna pretty much turn this into a nice slur consistency, not too runny, not too thick. And we're gonna top this over our gnocchi. Alright. This is perfect. Perfect. So now it's time to spoon this over the gnocchi. Oh yeah. Ooh. Over to the gnocchi. The gnocchi. So, little potato pastas. That's pretty much all it is. It's potato and I believe it's so. When I made gnocchi, potato, mashed potatoes, flour. I think that's it, honestly. I can't remember if I added egg or not. Some people do add eggs. Alright. parsley. Japanese curry chicken over potato gnocchi. This looks amazing. First off, let's see what it tastes like with a fork. Let's see here, let's get some of this. Perfect bite. It's a really comforting meal. It's like chicken noodle soup kind of vibes and a warm feeling of chicken and mashed potatoes with gravy. Kind of in one little thing. I'm not a big fan of the texture of this store-bought gnocchi. I feel like when I make it, way less bouncy, more softer. Also, the potatoes have no flavor, even though it's salt and water. This is good, addicting to eat. I'm about to probably finish this whole bowl. I feel like it's just missing something though. Maybe something spicy. Because the Japanese curry is really flavorful gravy. Potatoes, the potato gnocchi doesn't have that much flavor. I'm thinking this needs like something acid, something like a little bit of sourness. So I think I'm gonna add some like banana peppers, peppercini, whatever they call them. The Italian peppers. Peppercini. One of these. I should probably set this off. Let's go ahead and slice. Yeah, this can make the perfect dish. A little more. Perfect. All right, let's get a perfect bite again. A little bit of peppers. Oh wow, I dropped the gnocchi. Some chicken, some gnocchi, some of that gravy, and the peppers. Get the gnocchi. All right, there we go. Perfect bite. I think I just created a fire dish. It's a really comforting meal though. It's like something you would want in like the fall, going towards winter. And you're just like, oh, I really want something that makes me feel like home. Because the flavors, it's really nostalgic. Like I said, it reminds me of like chicken noodle soup. But that peppercini, oh, that set it off. That's fire. Add these. Thanks for watching my video.